Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring 5 of my favourite oils for Capricorn. Now, whether you're a Capricorn, you know someone, or you want to bring in a bit more Capricorn energy into your life, these 5 essential oils will each help you in a different way. So we often know the star signs as 1/12 of the population, those that were born late December through to the majority of January. However, each zodiac sign also governs an aspect of our life. So the Capricorn energy is about our career, it is about our public contribution, and it's about our legacy. So what we do, how we go and show value out in the world. And so even if you're not a Capricorn, these 5 oils could help you in your career, in your work life, in your public contribution to the world, in giving value to make this world a better place. So shall we dive in and look at 5 essential oils that you can use to help you in this aspect of your life, whether you're a Capricorn or not. The first oil that I recommend for Capricorns is Patchouli. Now, Capricorns are renowned for being a bit of traditionalist, and patchouli has been a very popular traditional essential oil and aroma for many decades now. So it can often appeal to Capricorns. Now they are an earth sign, so they like that kind of groundedness and that earthiness aroma of patchouli. Although it comes from a leaf, not actually from a branch or a wood or something like that, can be really nice for that Capricorn energy to keep them grounded as well. Now, Capricorns and those that are working with Capricorn energy are renowned for being focused on succeeding, for achieving something in life. You know, the Capricorn energy is very much about having a to-do list and actually getting it done. And patchouli helps us to do that. Patchouli helps us to be present in the moment. So if you tend to worry about the past and get caught up in the past, or you can fall into an anxiety about the future, patchouli is really good to help you drop into the now, to drop into the awareness of your body and keep you present on what you're actually doing. When you're present in what you're doing, you don't make mistakes, you don't make errors, and you can kind of tread along that path a lot more powerfully as well. So patchouli is really great in that way. Now, the other great thing about patchouli is it is used magically to detract people out of your life that are distractions and attract people that you do want in your life. So it has this effect to draw people in, and that's why it has an aphrodisiac effect, and a little bit of it will allow people to be drawn to you, but it has an aphrodisiac effect where it can actually sexually turn you off or magically repel people away, and that's if you use a lot of it and take a big snort of it kind of thing. So we can work, when we're working with this Capricorn energy and patchouli, to be selective on who we want around us. So if you need to draw more people into you, have us, wear a little bit on you, inhale a little bit, and see the people that you need in your life or that you want in your life to help you succeed come in. Or if you're finding that you're getting bothered by too many time wasters and tire kickers, then get some patchouli and put it around your space, spritz it around your space, and ask it to repel people that do not serve your greater good. Patchouli is also a really nice one to help you settle down and ground in that way that if people are kind of getting on your nerves, then, it stops that anger in that type of way as well. Capricorns also tend to be very selective with their friends. They don't necessarily have a large network, but having a greater network can actually help you to be more successful because you can work with different people and they all have different skill sets and that kind of thing. So patchouli can really help you get this balance between building a strong network, a strong group of allies around you, without having too many people that drain your energy and that you're trying to please all the time. The second oil that I recommend for Capricorns is peppermint. Now, first of all, a few of my Capricorn friends really love peppermint. I think it's the clean, simple, refreshing aroma of it. And Capricorns, they don't like the fuss. They just like it clean, classic, and effective. And peppermint is an amazing one for helping to bring us clarity. Pop a drop of peppermint in your hands, rub your hands together, and without getting it too close to your eyes, take a couple of nice deep breaths in, and you'll find that it wakes you up. It brings you that real alertness. When we have clarity, we know where we're going. If you have a map and a direction or a plan on where you're going, it's easy to get there. If you're not too sure and you're a bit ambivalent, that will annoy the Capricorn energy, that will annoy Capricorns, and you don't succeed in the end. Because the Capricorn is about success, Clarity brings success, and peppermint brings clarity. So this is a really great one to use throughout the day, especially to keep your energy up, especially when you're lulling, mid-afternoon, or just through a project that requires a bit of resilience and keep on going. Peppermint will really help you to stick to it, to keep going, and to know where you're going as well. We all know that success can come at a price or can be rather challenging along that path. If we keep sticking with it, eventually we'll succeed. But we really need that resilience to get in there. And when you think about it, it's in our career and our public life and where we're trying to make the biggest contribution that we can take the biggest knocks as well. So we want to bring in an essential oil that's going to give us real resilience. And one that I love and I really recommend for Capricorns is Siberian Fir. Now this is a tree that spends most of its year covered in snow, but yet remains strong and resilient. And so if you could, if this tree can handle that kind of harsh environment, that cold environment, and know that it will still survive, it passes that on to the oil, which is then passed on to us, and we can bring that energy in. So Siberian Fir is a great one to help us relax, and when things are getting a little bit tough, have that resilience, to stick to it, to take a nice deep breath in. I love breathing Siberian Fir in. It works really beautifully with the respiratory system to open up the lungs and just breathe. Find that patience, to be okay that it may not be happening straight away. Like snow holds things for a while, but then it eventually melts away and brings new life. So if you can have that patience, which Siberian Fir brings to us, then eventually success will come. The other great thing about Siberian Fir is its refreshingness, is it actually helps to open up the mind. It gifts us the oil from the needles, and the needles very much are to do with the mind. Anything that comes from a leaf or a needle is to do with the mind. Capricorns, in their pursuit for success, sometimes can narrow in, and that's really good to be focused, but they can also be a bit kind of narrow-minded and not bring in new ideas. When you're feeling stuck, Siberian Fir is a great one to reach to. It opens up the mind. It opens up new perspectives and new ideas. So if you are finding that you're coming against resistance, coming against an obstruction, then maybe working with a bit of Siberian Fir will help you to chill out, relax, take a deep breath, and open the mind to, is there another way up the mountain? Is there another way to be successful in this way that isn't the traditional way? And Capricorns do like tradition, but might still get us, the result that we're actually wanting. If that's what you need, Siberian Fir is the oil for you. Hinoki is an essential oil that is gifted to us from a cypress tree. Now, most cypress essential oils are gifted from the leaf, but Hinoki is actually gifted from the wood. Now, wood oils are associated with the element of earth, and Capricorn is also an earth sign. So this resonates really well just on that level. But Hinoki has a long reputation in its native country of Japan, as because it grows so upright and straight, it is used for important structures. It is used for, religious monuments and spiritual pagodas and shrines and different things like that, because of its uprightness and because of its resilience as well. Both these attributes are passed on in the essential oil, which then can help out the Capricorns as well. What I love about Hinoki is, because of its upright nature, it helps us to be very direct and clear on where we're going. And to be successful, we must keep that laser focus, and Hinoki allows us to do that. The other great thing about Hinoki is it works really well with the throat chakra. And sometimes there is a risk of Capricorns being a little bit snobby or a little bit arrogant. And in that focusing too much on being successful in our career, kind of trampling over other people or being a bit kind of unthoughtful or inconsiderate of other people's feelings in that type of way. What I love about Hinoki is that it allows us to find ways to communicate in a really peacefully and compassionate way. It's no good getting up to the top of the mountain, succeeding and reaching that goal, and then turning around and realizing that you've got no one to share it with, no one to celebrate with. And Hinoki can help to guard against that. So if you do find yourself dropping into, being a bit harsh, being a bit critical, being a bit snobby, because Capricorn energy is very much about being, a perfectionist and doing things well, not being sloppy. So if you find yourself falling into that, Hinoki will allow you to be a bit more graceful in the way that you handle yourself and the way that you handle other people. unfortunately, we all have different standards, and sometimes the people in our lives are slightly not as high standard as the Capricorn may like. Hinoki will really help you to embrace that, to be okay with that. Also, in the pursuit for success in our career, we can often be very, charging and put a lot of pressure on ourselves to do really well. Hinoki has real Zen energy, so it really helps us to breathe, relax, bring in that grace, and just take it with ease. So if you do find yourself getting really stressed out in your pursuit for success, whether you're a Capricorn, dealing with a Capricorn, or trying to engage that Capricorn energy or focus on that Capricorn aspect of your life, which is your career, bring in Hinoki, bring in the aroma of it, diffuse it in your office or your workspace during the day, diffuse it at night, and it'll just help you to zen out a little bit more while staying focused on what you need to do. You don't have to be stressed to be successful. You can do it with grace and with ease, and laser focus, and Hinoki will allow you to do that. There's a really interesting aspect of the Capricorn energy, and especially Capricorns, that you only can realize when you have a really close look at the symbol. Now, when we think of Capricorns, we think of the goat, and that is that goat that strives up the mountain and stands at the top and is very, very successful. But if you look a little bit closer, it's not just a goat. The back end is actually a fish. And this represents this highly emotional aspect of Capricorns and the Capricorn energy. Now, a lot of the time, Capricorns will keep that hidden. Being that earth sign, they like to be sensible and practical, and emotions can sometimes get in the way. But the emotional aspect is still within them. Now, young Capricorns, children, teenagers, even young adults, can often have low self-esteem and question who they are. If you've got a Capricorn child and they're not fitting in, that's typical of Capricorns. It can take a while for the goat to get its footing before it starts going up that mountain of success. So don't stress about that. But the other great thing about having self-esteem issues is that it causes people to question, how can I be of value? I don't feel of value. What can I do to contribute more? And this self-esteem can actually act as a driver for success. To put it in a really kind of simplistic way, that Capricorns can sometimes think, maybe if I'm good enough, maybe if I'm successful, people will love me. Now that sounds really sad to start off with, but if we utilize that self-esteem to go, okay, I don't feel that I'm of value, how can I be of more value? It can actually be a motivator for being successful, being of value in that type of way. So to bring in a bit more boost in self-esteem and valuing oneself, there are many different essential oils that are great. Bergamot is one of my favorites. Magnolia is great. Grapefruit is amazing. But I've chosen one particular one, which is an earth oil, which works really well with Capricorns. And this is Spikenard. Now, when I first started working with Spikenard, the phrase that came to me was namaste. Now, there's many different English translations of what namaste means. But what I love, the one that really resonates with me, it's the light within me and it's the light within you. This has a really deep meaning for the Capricorn energy and what we've been talking about in this video. First of all, the first part of that phrase, the light within me. So that Spikenard allows us to realize the magic that exists within us. So it can really be a nice self-esteem booster for the Capricorns working with Spikenard. However, remember before we talked about Capricorns being a little bit snobby or arrogant or critical of other people? The light within me, I honor my own self-esteem, honors the light within you. So it also has that double aspect of honoring other people in our lives as well. So Spikenard is an amazing essential oil for Capricorns to work with to help them honor themselves and to honor the other people in their lives as well. Being from a root as well, it's associated with the element of earth, so it also is another really great grounding oil to bring in that Capricorn energy. So those are my 5 favorite essential oils that I recommend if you're a Capricorn, if you're trying to help out a Capricorn, or if you're trying to just focus on that Capricorn aspect of life, which is our career and our contribution in public life as well. Now, if you're a Capricorn or you've worked with Capricorns, I'd love to know what you think of those 5 oils, or maybe you've got another one you think that I should have put on the list instead of one of these ones. Leave a comment in the section below, and over time we can all learn from everyone else's experience. With these different essential oils, as long as you're using them one way, get them in you, on you, or around you. Use them safely, use them as the company directs so that you're getting the maximum benefit of them. And remember that you want to look for a pure therapeutic grade essential oil. If you need a hand with that, my link's below. Jump on my link tree and I'm more than happy to help you out to get some really amazing essential oils, including the ones I've talked about in this video. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video, and I hope that it's been informative and helpful in some way. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.